You know what's wild? We've all been chugging sports drinks like Gatorade for decades, thinking we're doing something good for our bodies. I mean, if professional athletes drink it, it must be healthy, right? But here's the thing, what actually happens inside your body. When you drink that bright blue or neon orange liquid might surprise you. And I'm not here to tell you it's all bad or all good. I'm here to break down the actual science, because the truth is way more interesting than the marketing. So let's start from the moment that Gatorade hits your lips. Within about 15 minutes, something pretty immediate starts happening. The sugar in Gatorade, usually around 34 grams per 20-ounce bottle, begins flooding into your bloodstream. Now here's what most people don't realize. That's actually more sugar than a standard Snickers bar. Your blood glucose levels spike rapidly, and your pancreas immediately responds by releasing insulin to manage this surge. But here's where it gets interesting. The sodium and potassium in Gatorade, those electrolytes, everyone talks about, they're not just sitting there. They're being absorbed through your small intestine at a pretty remarkable rate. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that the specific combination of carbohydrates and sodium in sports drinks can enhance fluid absorption by up to 30% compared to plain water. That's actually legitimate science, not just marketing hype. What are electrolytes really? Let's talk about electrolytes for a second, because I feel like it's one of those terms companies throw around without anyone really understanding what it means. Electrolytes are basically minerals that carry an electrical charge. In your body, sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium. These things are crucial for nerve signals, muscle contractions, and maintaining the right balance of fluids in your cells. When you sweat heavily, you lose these electrolytes, particularly sodium. The average person loses about 900 to 1,400 milligrams of sodium per liter of sweat, according to research from the American College of Sports Medicine. A 20-ounce Gatorade contains about 270 milligrams of sodium. So if you're doing intense exercise for more than an hour, especially in hot conditions, that replacement actually matters. Your muscles need that sodium to function properly, and without it, you can experience cramping, fatigue, and in extreme cases, a condition called hyponatremia, where your blood sodium gets dangerously low. The sugar situation. But let's get real about the elephant in the room. The sugar? Because while those electrolytes are doing their thing, so is all that sugar, and not everyone needs what's happening next. That insulin spike I mentioned earlier? It's shuttling glucose into your cells for energy. If you've just finished a brutal workout, or you're in the middle of an intense sports match, your muscles are hungry for that glucose. They've depleted their glycogen stores, and they need quick fuel to recover. In that context, the sugar in Gatorade is actually functional. Research published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise showed that consuming carbohydrates during prolonged exercise can improve performance by up to 20%. The sugar gets converted to energy, helping you push harder and recover faster. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. If you're drinking Gatorade while sitting at your desk, or after a casual 20-minute walk, your body doesn't need that much quick energy. That sugar just gets stored as fat, and you're essentially drinking a soda. The hydration paradox. Now here's something that trips people up. Is Gatorade actually better at hydrating you than water? The answer is it depends. For most everyday situations, water is perfectly fine. Your body is incredibly good at maintaining hydration with just plain water. But during intense, prolonged exercise, especially when you're sweating heavily, Gatorade has a legitimate edge. A study from the University of Montana found that people who drank sports drinks during extended exercise sessions maintained better hydration status and performed better than those who drank only water. The reason comes down to something called osmolarity. The concentration of particles in Gatorade is closer to what's in your blood, which means your body can absorb it more efficiently when you really need it. Plus, the taste makes people drink more, which sounds simple, but actually matters when you're trying to stay hydrated during intense activity. If you're finding this breakdown useful, and you appreciate the real science behind what we consume, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps this kind of evidence-based content reach more people who want the truth instead of just marketing. The dental impact. Here's something nobody talks about in those commercials with sweaty athletes. What Gatorade does to your teeth. The American Dental Association has studied this, and it's not pretty. Sports drinks are highly acidic, with a pH around 3, which is similar to orange juice. That acidity, combined with the sugar, creates a perfect environment for tooth enamel erosion. One study found that sports drinks can be more erosive to tooth enamel than soda in some cases. The researchers found that exposure to sports drinks for just 75 to 90 minutes caused significant enamel damage. If you're sipping on Gatorade throughout the day, you're basically bathing your teeth in acid and sugar, even if you're using it appropriately during exercise. Dentists recommend rinsing your mouth with water afterward and not brushing immediately, since brushing right after can actually scrub away enamel that's been temporarily softened by the acid. Who really needs it? So let's get practical. Who actually benefits from drinking Gatorade? If you're doing moderate to high intensity, exercise for more than 60 to 90 minutes, or if you're exercising in extreme heat and sweating profusely, sports drinks make sense. Endurance athletes, competitive players in intense matches, people doing serious training sessions for them, the combination of quick carbs and electrolyte replacement serves a real purpose. But the average person going for a 30-minute jog or doing a light gym session, you're probably better off with water and a balanced diet. Your body can replace those electrolytes naturally through food. The National Athletic Trainers Association actually states that for activities under an hour, water is typically sufficient for hydration. The marketing illusion. The thing is, the sports drink industry is worth over $27 billion globally, and a huge portion of their consumers aren't athletes at all. They're regular people who've been convinced that they need special hydration for everyday life. Gatorade was originally developed in 1965 for the University of Florida football team, hence the name Gatorade. It was designed specifically for athletes, losing massive amounts of sweat and electrolytes during intense Florida heat. That's a very specific use case that doesn't apply to most of us scrolling on our phones. The verdict. Look, I'm not here to demonize Gatorade or tell you to never drink it. The science shows it has legitimate benefits in the right context. If you're genuinely pushing your body hard, sweating heavily, and needing quick energy and electrolyte replacement, it does what it's designed to do remarkably well. But if you're using it as an everyday beverage or drinking it after minimal activity, you're essentially consuming a sugary drink that your body doesn't need, and you're exposing your teeth to unnecessary damage. The key is understanding your actual needs. Are you really depleting electrolytes, or do you just like the taste? Because that's fine too. Just be honest about what you're consuming and why. Your body is smart, but it can't outsmart consistent overconsumption of sugar, even if that sugar comes in a bottle endorsed by your favorite athlete. If this video gave you a new perspective on something you thought you knew, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We break down the real science behind everyday products and health claims, cutting through the marketing to give you information you can actually use. Drop a comment and let me know what you want me to investigate next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.